Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I've been out buying yet again. I'm finding the holiday collections just too much of a temptation to resist. I knew as soon as I heard that Tom Ford was going to be releasing 2 limited edition cream eyeshadows around this time of year. I knew that I would have to have those because one of my big makeup regrets is only buying one of the 2 creams. A couple of years ago, I missed out on one of them called Escapade, and it's very hard to come by on the second-hand market now, and such a pretty colour. And I use the one that I did buy from that collection, which I think was called Pink Haze. I just use it all the time. They're a beautiful formulation, both to wear on their own and as a base for Tom Ford powder eyeshadows or other eyeshadows. So without further ado, I went straight away for both the colours. Now, one of them is a re-promote of Platinum, which I missed out on a few years ago. I think it was before I was kind of into Tom Ford, and I knew I was going to get this. Here it is, almost pristine. Well, it is pristine. I haven't dug my little fingers into it so far, but I'm going to now. The great thing about these is you need just the tiniest touch to get a really good colour payoff. Can you see that? How pretty. Just deeply pigmented, easy to work with. That's the most gorgeous multifaceted taupe that you can wear on its own. And I'm here to tell you that the Tom Ford cream shadows wear very well, even on older eyelids like mine or oily eyelids like mine. I might get the tiniest bit of creasing towards the end of the day if I just wear the cream on its own, but very little, and a much better formulation compared with anything you can get from the drugstore. But they're also great as a base, I found, for the other Tom Ford shades, especially those with any shimmer or glitter in them. So they are fantastic products. And although they're expensive, I've forgotten already how much I paid for this, £29, which, you know, you might think, well, gosh, I can get a Maybelline colour tattoo for, I don't know, what is it, about £6, £7 in the drugstore. Why on earth would I pay so much more for these? But they really do last forever, and the formulation's fantastic. Now, I also bought the darker shade, which is Spice. I'm not sure whether this is a re-promote as well. Let's show the two together so you can see the difference in shade in the pot. They're both, you know, great neutrals. Spice coming off a much, much darker in the pot, although, there you go, coming off much, much darker on the hand. But again, beautiful coppery shade that would be great for evenings or, again, as a base. You can see, you know, the wonderful colour payoff. I must say, I do prefer, at the moment, the Platinum, but I like both of them. Be really interested. I haven't used them on my eyes yet, other than in store, how they work out in use, and I'll let you know in a few weeks' time. Before I move on to the other item that I bought from the holiday collection, I bought from the permanent collection another one of the eyeshadow quads that, to be honest, I'm collecting because they are such great quality. You know how I raved about Nude Dip, how I have raved for years about Enchanted, my all-time favourite palette. I have a number of others that I use quite a lot. I've tended to concentrate on acquiring the limited edition ones, but the permanent collection ones are nice too. This one is Sahara Haze. Yeah, Sahara Haze, which wouldn't have been one of my first choices because they're kind of darker, cooler colours. But I thought this was quite a nice winter palette. I've got messed up my fingers, but let's show you the beautiful, neutral, soft as butter, creamy base. Then, oh, there's the texture here, just beautifully soft grey taupe. And this is going to just go beautifully over the Platinum as a base to give a nice neutral in the day, to be smoked up at night. Then the pop or glitter shade. This one's a bit grittier, but you can see a beautiful complex grey-green. Just adding a bit of glitter there to the spice, but perhaps not working as well as it would over this one. Really gorgeous. And then finally, running out of clean fingers here, the darker. And I really like this because I don't like black or really, really dark brown as my smoked colour. But this has got a kind of greeny steel in it. Quite soft, bit of micro shimmer. So you're going to have to be careful with it. But that would be great for an evening smoky eye. And you can really kind of work it out if you don't like anything too unsubtle. So, oh goodness, look at those blending together. Not as well as the Japanese layer on top of each other, but really nice palette. So that's from the permanent collection that I treated myself to. And then I'm filthy fingers here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the matte shade lipstick that I went for. Now, I'm not a great lover of matte lipsticks. This is the Rouge à Lèvres Matte, and I went for Plum Lush. And I did wear this yesterday afternoon. You know the drill, the beautiful TF printed in. It kind of going with my fingernails here. And a very nice pinky red. Now, I wore it yesterday and I'm really pleased with it because it didn't show up the creases in my lips. It wasn't super moisturising, but it wasn't as drying as I expected for a matte. And it lasted really well. I mean, I put it on just before I went to lunch and had tea and drinks before I reapplied. And though it definitely wore off, it leaves a stain, and a very nice stain that looked quite polished. So I know that people rave about Tom Ford lipsticks. They're very pricey. This one was £37, can you believe? I mean, it's outrageous for lipstick, really. They are beautifully packaged. I'm not that gone on the packaging. I only own 2 other lipsticks, one of which is Spanish Pink or Spanish Rose, which I do wear a lot, but the tube is very chipped. The kind of squareness of it does attract knocks in the handbag. But the formulation, really nice. And yeah, I'm so far very cautiously pleased with this matte lipstick, which mattes are all the rage at the moment, but can be very hard to wear. But this formulation definitely getting the thumbs up from me so far. So doubtless you will hear more in my favourites in due course. But so far, loving the fairly limited array of Tom Ford holiday products. I did get word at Selfridges yesterday that there might be a further lipstick release at the very end of this year, they thought, or beginning of next year, which may be exclusive to Selfridges, or so they say, but we've all heard that before. So that's the news from the Tom Ford counter, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.